Hey, here's a fun fact. Most e-commerce companies absolutely suck at social media. Here's what I mean by that. We've examined hundreds of social media profiles for e-commerce businesses that were like $50 million in revenue or smaller, and we've discovered that most of them have between a few hundred and maybe a couple thousand likes and followers, and most of their content that they're creating on social media and posting on social media gets like very little engagement, like almost no likes, almost no comments, and usually no questions, which is absolutely devastating because your market, large parts of your markets are there on your social media. They're just not engaging with your stuff because you must have violated one of three fundamentals that you absolutely must follow when working on your social media strategy. Here's what they are. Number one, you have the wrong or no audience in mind at all. What I mean by this is that you create and you post content or you write promotional content that's not really aiming at anyone particular. What you should be doing is you should be creating great content that you're promoting to the exact target audience that is like your customers and to your customers as well. This is how you're going to create awareness and engagement. Promote it to increase your reach, increase the reach, and then create awareness and engagement. Through engagement, you're going to get more likes and follows. Most do not bother to do this. Most just share content. The second fundamental why most social media does not work for e-commerce companies is wrong messaging. If you look at most e-commerce companies, the messaging that they have on their social media is sell, 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 promote, promote, promote. But social media is primarily not for selling, but for engagement. So you should be following the 50-35-15 rule when you create your content. What is 50-35-15 rule, you ask? Great question. 50% of your content should be educational in nature. How do you come up with educational content? Well, when you talk to your customers, and I hope you do talk to your customers, what are the top questions that they're asking you? If you've been in business for any length of time, you should be easily coming up with a list of at least 50 questions that are commonly asked by your customers. Then you create content. Each piece of content answers one of those questions. Thus, you create content that's actually relevant and valuable to your target audience. The next 35% should be entertaining. And what I mean by entertaining is you actually gotta entertain people. Now, you may not have the resources to create really funny or really entertaining content, and that's okay. Then you can combine your 35 with 50% and make your educational content also very entertaining or very engaging. Get one of your best salespeople, somebody who is like really, really engaging. And by the way, if you don't have any salespeople, because a lot of e-commerce companies don't have them, get somebody in the company who loves the products that you sell, who could talk about them with great enthusiasm, who can talk about customers and their problems with great enthusiasm, thus making the content not just educational, but also entertaining. So there's your 85%. And the final 15% should be focused on selling. But you do not want to start off by talking about sell, 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 or here I got a product for you to buy. Social media does not work like that. First, you got to build engagement, and build a community, and then you get to sell, not before that. The final fundamental, the third fundamental that is very, very often violated by e-commerce companies on social media, and is one of the major reasons why they do not succeed with social media, is wrong expectations. They think that just because they produced 4 posts, by the way, those 4 posts can be per month, whereas you should be creating and posting content daily, right? At least daily. A lot of e-commerce companies, bigger e-commerce companies, create content and post it like a few times per day, but you may not have the resources, and that's okay. But do a post per day, like 5 to 7 posts per week. But here's what I'm talking about when I say wrong expectations. Many e-commerce companies go into social media, they create 4 or 5 posts, they deploy those posts, and then they expect for sales to start rolling in. But it doesn't happen. So they do it for another month and still no sales. They do it for the 3rd month, and then they say, social media doesn't work for us. But nothing can be further from the truth. It's just you haven't made social media work for you yet. You have to create a lot of content, post it consistently, and have the right expectations. And those right expectations are until you build a following, until you build a community who like your brand and like your products, Your sales are going to be rolling in, but very, very slow. You really need to build an engaging community. There are so many great examples of engaging communities like Chewy.com that has tremendous social media presence on both Facebook and Instagram. And by the way, all of their content breaks into the following categories. There's educational stuff, right, where they talk about their products and how to take care of your pets. There is entertaining stuff where they are posting pictures of pets. And then there is promotional stuff, content, where they're actually promoting their products, right? It's a great strategy. You should be able to apply that strategy to your business, to your products, whether you're in B2B or B2C space. And when you have the right expectations and you do this consistently and you follow the rules, you are going to generate tremendous amount of sales. Just be patient, keep on plugging away, and it's going to work, I promise you.